Hey there, and happy Wednesday evening. So I hope you've enjoyed your day and maybe you're all settled in for the rest of it. And today I got to watch my 2-year-old granddaughter, and so that was a lot of fun. She's a good napper, so I was able to get some things done while she napped, and she's a lot of fun when she's awake, and so that was also special too. So what did I do while she was sleeping? I should show you here because I have it here. So those of you that have been coming to my in-person events, I've been handing out my scratch-offs. They're my little celebration for 30 years with Stampin' Up! And so here I have all of these. So I put on, I don't know if you're like me, they always have the most like fun postage stamps at the post office. So I always go in and say, you know, what do you have here? And they lay them all out. And so, yeah, so these are going out in tomorrow's mail. That's the rest of them, you guys. So hopefully, like, they're all different. And so, you know, I just make them up, shuffle them up, and send them out, and some of them might have embellishments as your prize or a percentage off with your order or something like that too. So as I've had my live events, I've passed them out, and if not, yours are going out, or I've been kind of, as I get time, sending out a few. So some have been going out, and now the rest will go out tomorrow. So hello there, Rosina. Hi, Kathy. So I have your name on an envelope, so that'll be going out to you. But tonight, quick and easy card with the Cute as a Bug designer series paper. I love it. If it was like candy, I could eat it. It is just the cutest. And as soon as I saw the paper, I knew I wanted it. And I also saw the one sheet that had the Toadstools on it. And I thought, I need to get out my punch and do something with that paper and that. So that's what you're going to see here. So let me get my camera turned around. There we go. There. I also have like my little side light, so let's see if I can get that going. Okay. There we go. And I'm going to see, like I say, I always try and spread out a little bit, but there's never any little bit. I feel like it just jumps like really wide, and I don't like that. All right, so here is the card, and you can already see like the sparkle shiny on that bottom piece. So I will tell you more about that too, but I'm not going to show you all the pieces. You know why? Most of them I've been using up, not most of them, but I've been using up a lot of this as I've done classes. So like I said, Cute as a Bug, 12 by 12 designer series paper here. And you can see these are some of the scraps. Like this one just yells, this one doesn't have much left, but it just yells like picnic, doesn't it? And this you'll get to see in another video down the road, kind of like nice ferns or whatever too. But let me show you the big pieces here. So this is just adorable. So we've got a couple of that. And then the backgrounds are kind of fun. They're kind of like, I almost want to call them like the barn quilts, you know, that's what that looks like to me. And I love this background of kind of that cloud cover. I think that's just so cute. And like, I love to read. So I just want to cut that out and make like bookmarks and send those to my my book reading friends. The back side there is, wait a minute. The back side, oh, there's only one sheet, that's why. That's just kind of a petal pink smosh. That's my word of the day, smosh. Okay, so then we've got that with that. That makes more sense. And then we've got all of these cute things that can be cut out with the dies, or just fussy cut if you like that. And on the back side there is, this, which I love too. It's just so soft for spring. So you've got some like soft seafoam, old olive, and just white flowers with little yellow centers. Just adorable. And then we've got the strawberries. So if you have held on to like your strawberry punch and sets that have strawberries, I think that would be really fun to use with this too. I almost feel like besides the bundle of stamps and dies, like this whole paper pack coordinates with so many of our previous offerings that just make everything stretch. And then the back kind of looks like that other one there. That's just some of them. Like I said, some of them I've used up, so I'm just showing you a portion of the cute paper. And then the colors that I'm bringing in are soft sea foam, Cajun craze, berry vanilla. Let me see if I can quickly grab that. Here it is. I always like showing things when I can. Pleasant Patterns. So this is in the mini catalog, and whenever I can show things in person. So this is where I'm pulling that strip that's very shiny. So yeah, Pam, isn't it fun? You guys got to make a different card with the same paper, and I've just been having so much fun. I can't wait till next week, Tuesday, here at my house when I have stamp camp again, and I hope the weather cooperates because it's been gorgeous. Tonight I grilled hamburgers on the grill because it was so nice, and yes, it's February. I love that. So this is shiny also, which would be great for Easter or spring, anything. And I want to let you know they're the back sides are just blank, so they're kind of like our foils or whatever. Not that this is a foil, but the back sides don't have any design. And then this one's kind of wild as far as the color and such, and backside's all blank, but I think it'll be great. I'm looking forward to using this with my Easter bundle that I got too, with all the cute bunnies, and I think it'll make great grass or a side piece or something. And it's just one of those things too with these pretty patterns that you're just using little strips and pieces for the most part, and I love how they coordinate with things. Like, that's why I started with Stampin' Up, is I love the coordination of all their projects so that I didn't have to think through things. And so this just like looks so great with the peaches and the oranges, Cajun Craze here, but just how it just matches that so well. All right, so I don't know if I showed you the full on, yeah, with the toadstools and such. Like I said, this one comes together pretty quick and easy. So the base is Cajun Craze, folding this way. Hi there, Val. Good to see you on here too. Hopefully you got the replies. Val had asked how to see the catalogs, and anytime you go to my website, which is posted on my page here, and shop now, on that screen, or even on the landing page, you will see at the bottom all the links to the digital catalogs, or you can click on the top and there's a drop down shop now, and it will show you all the products, whether it's online exclusives, mini catalog, last chance, annual catalog, all of that. You can sort it by papers or whatever too. So that's a great question. So I hope you find the links. I put a link there because it's always easier to click versus type in, I think. Okay, before I put this down, I just want to measure it for you guys. It is 3 inches by 5 1/4, and I'm just going to put that across the top, kind of just eyeing the sides and the top to give it that easy to the eye 1/4 inch. Let me just put this across here. And then this, whoops, I almost forgot to measure that. I thought it was 1 inch. Yes, it is 1 inch. So when I just lined that up right against that designer series paper here, it leaves us about that same 1/4 inch on the bottom there too. Hi there, Julie. Okay, so what I did, because this is a class project, is I cut from the Stylish Shapes dies set one of the circles that's stitched here, because I thought that'll be kind of a nice soft thing. I don't want it too big. And as I was putting sentiments on, like nothing seemed to look right here. I can even probably show you this. Like I like it when I kind of leave my, didn't pass the test pieces off to the side so you can see. Like the paper has Old Olive, but I just thought that was just too dark. It wasn't terrible, but just what a difference the soft seafoam made. And especially once I start adding the other elements to it. And I wanted this to put our sentiment on, and I just thought, you know, if I put the popping up, this isn't bad, but I don't want to cover up a lot of stuff. And then I also needed kind of a backdrop for the toadstools, so that's where I'm like, you know, if I just do some kind of shape, that'll work the best. But like I said, I always like to show you what didn't work, so that way you kind of know for your own, right? Okay, so let's work on the toadstools. And I have to show you this. Like, this happens. Some people won't take it as well as I do. I hope this is a gift I have. This is my basic beige, which is a very light, used to be a very light ink pad. It kind of stamps out a little bit of green, but you'll see there's a lot of Cajun Craze in there, because at this station there was also Cajun Craze. And sometimes people just see a stamp pad and they just stamp. They don't think, you know, because there's an ink pad in a lot of my classes. I will say I just offer the one ink pad, and hopefully everything coordinates with that. But it happens. But it seems like it happens with the lighter ones the most. Either that or it just shows up. But I will work on that. Don't feel bad if that's you sometime, because I can fix that. Like, I've been in this 30 years. I know how to fix a lot of stuff. All right, so before I stamp, I'm going to show you this, the Toadstool Builder Punch, because how you put it in will kind of make it how you want to stamp. So I'm going to take my toadstool here. I'm just going to do a couple of them. Sometimes that works. After I did the second one, I'm like, I don't know, maybe I might have to do them one at a time. So then I can just slide that in here. Oops, like so. Got 1 and 2. All right, we've got that. And I'm going to set that aside. And then I have this. So guys, what I did before I made this card, knowing a lot of people were going to make the card, is I took my punch and I put this in and just punched it. And then what I did was put the stamps for the 2 toadstools from Terrific Toadstools, and I laid those out so that they would match up with what I'd punched out. So that way, every time somebody then stamps on here, and let's see, hopefully I did it the right way. No. Let me grab some more. I told everybody at the class, like, okay, this is how you have to stamp this. All right. Hold on. Okay. Let me stamp that again, and I'll tell you why. Okay, it'll make more sense. There. And I actually think now I have Cajun craze on my thumb. Yep. Okay, so this is why. So I told people try and stamp to the top as much as you could. Well, that's on the bottom as much as I could. That way I can just feed it on up. And like I said, as I recover from surgery, I get tired, more tired as the day goes by, more than I'm used to. And so this probably isn't a great time for me to be doing a video, but it was the best time of the day for me for all other reasons. Okay, so yeah, if I went to put this in, it would be upside down. I can trim that down and I'll make that work, but do as I say, not as I do, right? Okay, so now I'm back to my Stylish Shapes circle here, and I'm going to ink up from the Terrific Toadstools, popping up to say hi, which I think is great because you could make this into a birthday card, a thinking of you, just a hello card, something like that. And then what I'm going to do is just build up these toadstools. So the big one here is just going to be put off to the side and just put on with regular adhesive. And now the smaller one here, that one's going to get a couple dimensionals. That's going to get popped up, and that's going to give the whole project some depth by layering that way. And then this whole thing is going to get popped up once again with dimensionals. So I'm going to kind of pick a flat area in between those two and just add my dimensionals so I'm not getting it too thick for the post office. Right, we got to worry about those guys. And then let's slide this over here, and I'm just going to kind of eye, like, okay, what do we have for space, because I don't want to get it too far and then we run out of room for the legs of this. Okay, so I'm just going to put that there. And now I'm going to grab a couple mini dimensionals. I love these mini dimensionals. And let me just put one at the base here, the wider base here, and that's still pretty small, right? And for toadstools, the toadstools go they don't hide behind, they go on top. That's how toadstools are. And then I'm going to take another mini dimensional here, grab that top off of there, and put that on this one. And then that's going to go right in the center here, like so. So we have the 2 toadstool, I call them the legs, right? And then all we have to do is add an embellishment, and then the front will be done. I love these Cajun Craze and gold dots. I forgot to check because I feel like these might now be on the last chance. I loved these for all of my fall projects, and and still using it just because it coordinates so well. I love a lot of our neutral tones when I'm working with projects. I think that's why I love these too. And I love that there's 3 different sizes. So you can see largest, medium, and I'm going to go in for the small one and just put this one up over there. So now we've got those traditional 3 embellishments that I usually put on my projects. And now for the inside, I went back again to Terrific Toadstools. I should show you that stamp set. That was very popular last year, just a year ago today, when this was like the craze. It had some matching Toadstool 6x6 paper, free through Celebration. So a lot of people were getting this. And like I said, this will be used for another couple of projects if you keep watching my videos. But nice sentiments, nice cute little toadstools. It's always fun to have a little bug, and that can coordinate with the projects too, with this cute as a bug paper, even though you don't think of that right off the bat, but I did. Sometimes things just come to me. Not often, but once in a while they do, right? Okay, you are magical. And so what I did is just put that little, oh, see, you guys, look at, even I press. I'm always like, guys, you just need to tap. Let's try that on the other side. See if I can get a better one. It's just the littlest little smudge, but you can tell I pressed too hard into the ink pad, got some on the side, and then it transferred over there. So, so you are magical. And then, like I said, this little greenery sprig was also part of the Terrific Toadstools. So this I'm just going to put on the inside. Oh, you guys, I can't win today. So I still have that Cajun craze on my thumb, and I just transferred that right over to that. We'll see. But I do have like an ink eraser, and so I should be able to get that off with that. If I do it quick, right? Okay, so there we have it. Pretty quick and easy. And like I said, it's just fun to see that new Pretty Patterns paper from the mini used with this too. It just like came together so easily in my mind. And it's always fun when something comes together quick and easy in my mind that actually comes together quick and easy on a card. I think we can all relate to that, right? All right, so let me... Okay, I thought I lost you guys here. So I'm just going to be taking my usual still shot of the card, and that will have a link to all the projects to do your shopping with. I'll probably not be back for the rest of the week because I need to start really focusing on my card class coming up here in my home on Tuesday, and I want that one to be a good one. And so I just need time for that. And my youngest is coming home from college. He's on his way now for the long weekend, so I want to make sure that I'm available to have fun for him too. So mostly just make food. That's the fun stage he's at right now, right? So have a great weekend yourself. Maybe you guys have fun plans for Valentine's Day and such, but other than that, I will hope to see you again next week. Take care. Bye-bye.